What's up, Klamath Falls? This is Dave.
Hey, what's up, Klamath Falls? This is Mike. How's everybody doing? Hope you had a great weekend. And hey, look at the calendar. It's election day. So if you have not already, I would absolutely encourage you to go out and get your vote in because it matters. And they say it every election cycle, at least the last 20 years, 10 years, I guess. But this one matters more than any. And I think that actually stands true every election cycle. I think each one does matter more than the previous one. So again, if you haven't voted yet, I would suggest doing your research. And I'm not usually one to endorse or voice an opinion on anything. I'm going to take one exception to that, and that is 118. And I am going to say, please vote no on that. Everybody's like, oh yeah, but we get a $1,600 kickback, blah blah blah. Yeah, well, you're paying for it because it's more taxes and the whole BS thing about, oh well, yeah, but it's taxes to $1 billion corporations and this and that. And well, those $1 billion, no corporation absorbs taxes. They raise their prices. And so, yeah, okay, you get a $1,600 kickback or $3,200 if you're a couple or whatever. It's going to cost you more than that over the course of a year. So, something to keep in mind. That's just my opinion. But other than that, vote.
You're saying this is how Big Macs go up?
I'm saying this is how Big Macs go
dare
up,
you, sir.
how groceries go up,
Dare you.
how fuel prices go up. And I'm saying this is how certain parties buy votes.
Oh,
vote for our tax and we'll give you guys money back. Nothing's for free.
all right.
Sooner or later, people figure that out, but nothing's for free. So anyway, yeah, I went a little out of order there on the board, but oh well, it's
Bill.
election day.
I need to talk to him.
Yeah, come on, Bill.
Bill.
Where? Oh, Bill's behind me somewhere. Anyway, what do you got, Dave?
All right, so we're just going down the line. So, all right, so the commissioners had a debate. Mr. Andrew Nichols and Mrs. Regina Jackson had their debate. And I would say that we had a sheriff debate as well. We did not. So Shane Mitchell issued a statement, which I don't blame the guy one bit. He's trying not to get caught up in maybe some legal activities. So I don't blame the guy one bit. But I will say that Bryson had his heyday at the fact that Mitchell bowed down. Definitely trying to capitalize on the point. To me, it's not really a fair point. Um, guy doesn't want to end up in hot water, but
Attorneys have a way of turning words into whatever they want them to be, and yeah, since and nothing against Bryson, I think he's a decent candidate as well. But when you're suing the agency or a part of the agency that you worked for, and your candidate or your opponent is somebody that actually works there still, yeah, it's going to cause some friction and potential problems. And I'm sure that there was some legal advice given to
yes,
Shane.
sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm not saying I prefer one over the other. I just think, hey, be fair and be respectful of each other. Let's keep it about the topics and understand that that's what a debate's for. But
And when you're trying to have a debate, don't use it as a
propaganda.
yeah, just to go after Mitchell because he's not here. Oh, he didn't want to. The whole sheriff thing right now is blowed up, and that's why we're here. I don't blame Shane one bit for taking the high road and saying, "Hey, I can't do this right now."
That whole department, that whole agency is under scrutiny because of conduct of those and seem to be running it. So,
yeah. You gonna hit on that a little bit later?
I am.
All right. Well, back to you. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going in reverse order here of what I gave you. But so finally, if you've been following the Christy Gerlett story with us, there's progress. There's indictments. I believe it was 13 charges, mother and daughter. duo was indicted on for. I don't know the exact detail of each indictment there, but I know it was for forging notary signature, forging a will, and a laundry list of others. So we're following it, and we will stay up to date on it. Hopefully, when the arraignment occurs, maybe we can actually be there to see what's going on and report back to you guys. And then Christy herself is going to be in town next month, and we're hoping to get her here in the studio and have her update us all on the most current status of things. But being I'm not 100% involved in what's happening, I don't want to go too far into it. I'd rather talk to her herself. But we speak with her about once a week, and it's a step in the right direction. But after 15 months, it finally is happening. I mean, it's frustrating still on her part, and there's still a bunch of things that yard sales and that occurred, or estate sales that sold off all of her mom's stuff that those people had no business in selling off, and she'll never recover that most likely. So,
Well, and that whole thing, it was a lot of money, and lots of what do I do in the moment of your mother passing to cope with. I mean, because it's gut punch after gut punch after gut punch. However, it was a lot of money, and the sentimental stuff is may not be sold, but she doesn't know where it's at. So it's hard. Any way you look at it, it's just
and if it was sold, I mean, the people that purchased it had no way of knowing that was a illegitimate
oh
yard
yeah,
sale,
no,
so
right?
it's no fault of theirs,
No,
but to the two pieces of trash that did that to her. I'm sorry, but you do that to
no.
somebody, and you know what? That's about as low as it gets. A thief is as low as it gets, and then a thief that does that to somebody to a family that just lost a parent, you're just the scum of the earth, and I got zero respect.
No, you
So,
are correct. I just your verbiage was quite on point there.
yeah. Sorry, my lack of tolerance on some things just shines through. So, anyway, happy for Christy that some progress is being made there. There is still a long road ahead for her to get some kind of closure on this, but at least finally there's a step in the right direction, and we'll see where it goes from here.
And we'll keep you guys informed too.
Absolutely.
All
Back to
right.
you, sir.
Awesome. Well, I'm going in order, so I'm going to slaughter this name. The dude that was caught here in Klamath County that was holding the lady in a makeshift cell. I believe his name is Nagasi Zuburi. Close enough. Was finally found guilty. Federal court over in Medford. The three big ones is kidnapping, and possession of firearm of a convicted felon. So that means he was already convicted at some point. I do believe.
Yeah. So he's already been a felon.
Yeah, right. And then transporting a victim for sexual or transporting victim for criminal sexual activity was the three counts. And yeah, so that's a big there. It's a big three. If you're already convicted felon and you're already carrying, that means you're already in trouble at some point. But yeah, that
Yeah.
I'm glad he got wrapped up because I believe that was the guy that was trying the not fit to mental
Oh, mental.
capacity. Yeah, but no, he knew what he's doing. If he can make shift to sell in the basement, he
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I hate the whole mentally unable to. You committed a
yeah.
crime. There were victims of that crime. Nobody else is liable except for you. So, well, the same with, and we're going to be looking into this a little bit more too. But the two teens that were murdered last summer,
Oh yes.
and the scumbag that did that is doing the whole I'm mentally unfit or you know game, and that's just if you murder somebody, you're not right in the head as far as I'm concerned. So to try to play that card. I don't know. And that's just lawyers trying to play their games.
That's probably why I'm not a defense attorney, because I could not.
You like to sleep at night and have a
I
clean
guess so.
conscience?
I guess so. I
Yeah.
guess so.
Yeah,
Well, you got KID stuff, or
I do.
Okay. Well,
So it seems like looking at the views that we've gotten and the comments that we've gotten, there's been a lot of interest in water rights and how all that works, and I understand why. And I've been doing some homework, so I went and sat down with Gene Souza, who's the executive director at Klamath Irrigation District, this past week. And super nice guy. Took the time to have a very in-depth conversation with me, shared a bunch of information with me. I got maps. I'm starting to learn about. So you have contracts. There are contracts and allocations, and I mean, there's so many layers to what our water managers have to put up with. And so, down to the fact that, say, you've got a 5 acre parcel of land, and that's just a simple example. You might have 2 acres of that land from years ago that are allocated X amount of water a season, and then another acre that's a different amount, and then another acre or two that's a third layer because of how lots have been sold and resold and moved from one rancher to another. So these guys, on top of trying to make sense of what the water rights are for every individual person out there, have to go down to that kind of detail to figure out what a person's allotment's going to be for a season. And after Gene talked to me for a good hour, I would say. Kudos to him. He even stayed. The office was dark and shut down by the time we walked out of there. So, Gene, if you're watching, thank you very much for the time, and we will be in touch with you in the future here. But kudos to you, man, because that is not a job I would want. And shame on me for a few weeks ago throwing our local folks under the bus. It's not their fault. And what it all comes down to is they're fighting. Our own state doesn't have their back. They're fighting for us. And the state is a constitutional republic, and I will use that phrase every damn week if I have to. But the state has rights, and there's a reason why Oregon could legalize every drug on the planet a couple of years ago in their failed experiment, because they can tell the federal government, we're going to ignore your laws, and we're going to do what we want to do here as a sovereign state. That being said, they don't have the stones, for lack of a better word there, to stand up to the federal government and say, this is our water, these are our people, and we are going to take care of them the way we see fit. No, they'll ignore that and let the feds do what the feds want to do. And then just, I guess, let everybody take drugs without a threat of repercussion, so they don't care.
I see that totally. The thing that puts the stick in the spoke is all that runs to California.
It does.
And so once you get to that point, Oregon is like, oh, I can't do that. And so that's, I mean, I get it, but
well, we don't. I'm sorry, we don't need California.
No, and I hear you. If we allocate, it's just hard because some of that allocation is not Oregon water, and I get that.
Outside of Tule Lake Irrigation District, there's not a whole lot down beyond. I mean, it's forest, and you follow the Klamath out to the coast, and there's really not a lot in California that draws off of that. And even in conversation with him about the dams that were removed, this should actually help with allocations. And instead, they found ways to make it even harder to get allocations. So, and I'm going to get more in depth on this. I have not had time this week to do my homework to really divulge in or dive into it, but I'm going to. And I know Gene has offered to come on the show here, and we're going to take him up on that. And if Ryan wants to come back, we'd love to have him back. And I am more than happy to kind of eat crow, I suppose, that I was absolutely wrong in my point of view towards these poor gentlemen, and that it's a much larger, greater thing. I mean, from our county commissioners all the way up to our state representatives, people are fighting this.
And I think that's just how convoluted it gets because our 2 minute rant here, I was playing the devil's advocate, but it gets messy. It is Oregon water and stuff like that, and more power to the state of Oregon. It's just not. It's not their wheelhouse. If you wanted to take shrooms on the weekend, that's they can help you with that.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah, I'll
not
probably
a.
give you some.
It's just the state of our government. But no, I do appreciate Ty or Rye, well Rye and Ty,
Right.
and everybody at the KID because they are trying to fight. It's just they need more dog in a tooth, or I mean, they need a
They
little bit more
need
backup. I mean,
they need the public, and so I've got a little information that I am going to share because KID is going to have actually the annual Klamath Basin Improvement District's annual meeting, and this is where Ryan Cleaver is in charge. But it's going to be on November 19th at 10 a.m. at the KID office, which is 6640 KID Lane, and that is off of Short Road. So if you go down 39, hang a left on Short Road, and then you'll see a Planasa sign. Lo and behold, they're right there next door to them. You take that and make a left into the driveway. It looks like you're going to Planasa, but they're off to the right-hand side. Fairly obvious once you get back in there.
well, and short road is short.
Yeah,
It,
yeah.
You're not.
Half a mile, quarter mile.
It's about the only thing on short road besides a couple houses. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. So you'll see it real easy off on the left. So again, that's November 19th at 10 a.m., 6640 Kid Lane, or it's all caps, so I'm going to call it KID Lane. If for some reason you're unable to make it, there is a public access phone number you can call in on, and that number is 425 436 6347. And you can check in and listen to the meeting over the phone. Not sure if you're able to make comments that way. I think you might just have access to hear it. But folks, this is important, and the public really needs to get involved in this because this has long-term effects on the basin here. So please participate. I asked Gene, I'm like, what can we as the general public do? And that's exactly what he said. Get involved. Write your senators, write your congressmen, write any of your local, your government constituents that represent you in Washington or even at the state level, and let them know you're not happy with the way things are going, and that they need to take action. And that's the best that they can ask for right now is your involvement. And so I encourage everybody I'm going to try to make it to the meeting on the 19th. Hopefully I can have some video coverage of it. I mean, I haven't asked for that yet, but they're very receptive down there. So I'm hopeful we'll be able to get it recorded and maybe even share it live with you guys. We'll see if we can stream that or not. I'm going to try.
Well, we are heroes. We're local heroes.
We went from heels to heroes pretty quick. So, and thank you for that, guys, because again, that could have gotten ugly and stayed ugly, and instead we had a very, very welcoming reception from those guys once we said, "Hey, we're more than happy to hear your side of the story," and we are. If we're ever wrong about anything, we'll be the first to say, "Oops, we were wrong on that," and make it right. And I was absolutely wrong on that, and appreciate Ryan and Gene being receptive to setting it straight without, punching me in the nose. So there's that. So there'll be a lot more to go. We're talking with Gene possibly about I'm not sure what the frequency is going to be, if it'll be monthly or quarterly or how we're going to do it. But just having him on the program here to do a periodic update on the status of water in the basin. So I'm excited about that, and we're still working out the details, but sooner rather than later, we'll make an announcement on that. That's all I got.
All right. Well, I just I got one more restaurant review. I guess. Did you get your Chipotle craze in? Yeah.
No.
No.
I hate to say this, and I try to be first person opinionated, but I have not heard enough good things to go out of my way to get down there and try it. And it's just being honest. I mean, nothing against them. But
Besides the crowd, Klamath is known for a new restaurant, and people are it's bipolar. You either like it, love it, whatever, or you don't. But the people are there, and the people are at Chipotle. We went last weekend. Last weekend and dinner time. They're still getting used to it. I mean, I didn't get overcharged for my guacamole. There was a lot of stuff on that, miscellaneous charges. I didn't see any weird charges on my bill, so that was a good thing. It was regular Chipotle, minus the line right now. They're doing a good job here. It's good for a quick bite. Or Chipotle is not my jam. I don't go there for dinner. Um, it's regular Chipotle.
so if you're down with that for lunch or something like that, it is what it is, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. You have to go out of your way to mess up a burrito. I mean,
True.
so yeah, no. It's good. If you like Chipotle, go check it out. Minus the line right now, it's regular old Chipotle. So if you're down for that, go try it. I'd wait till the line clears out a little bit, but
Yeah,
it is there.
That's the other part too for me. And honestly, the one I'm most excited about, shame on me, because I'm not a big fan of junk food in general, but I'm super excited about their Wiener Schnitzel coming to town. Their chili cheese dogs are just, man. Anyway, yeah, horrible for you. Probably taking years off my life.
I'm
But
surprised they're not working on that one yet. So yeah, I think the one. So Jersey Mike's is confirmed going in along with Chipotle on Washburn and Sixth. Pizza Peel's the other latest rumor.
oh yeah, I haven't heard of them.
I haven't either. I mean, it's a mod pizza just with a different name. So
All
I
right.
don't know what happened to Panda though, because Panda was supposed to be. I would be down for Panda, but
Yeah, me too. Me too. Again, not the healthiest in the world, but
you just gotta be.
selective.
Yeah,
I know.
chicken. What do they have? Chicken teriyaki with the broccoli beef, and they do a side. You can get veggies. Is low cal, high protein. It's not
All
bad.
right.
But anyway,
Yeah.
there's my food rant for today. So,
All right. Well, I'm done.
well, yeah, list is
Shocker,
clear.
right?
Yeah, list is clear. We're both still here. I think that's it, guys.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Hope get out and vote. 'Cause it's Tuesday and it's election day and it's important. And stay in touch. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know if we're doing a good job or what we need to do a better job on. What stories we're missing, and get involved in water rights because it's important. Or just water distribution. How's that? Our water needs your attention. So.
And I will. So I'll give a personal thank you to Christy Gerlett for reaching out. She kind of reached out to Mike more or less, but if you have a story, kind of like her, you need some platform to get some grip on it. Get a hold of us.
Yeah,
We'll take a look. I'll fully admit I was kind of apprehensive at first. I'm like, this sounds a little. Talking with her, reading the facts that got dropped. It needed to be heard.
it did. It did. Yeah, we have to be careful of what we do here, but if it's supported and it's got facts behind it, then we're more than happy to share it.
Yeah, let us know. Leave a link or just comment on the video or Big Rooster Media at Gmail.
Yep.
Get a hold of us. And thanks for your support. Numbers are going up.
Yeah, lots of the subscriptions are going up, the interactions are going up. So thank you very much, and please, if you haven't yet, one thing that's still off kilter is the majority of our viewers are not subscribers yet.
Oh, you dirty.
So if you enjoy the show and you want us to continue doing this and you want to continue seeing it and what we're doing, please subscribe. It just helps us to chop through the jungle that is YouTube and makes us easier to find and easier for other folks to get in touch with us too. So please like, subscribe, and I guess we'll go from there. Happy voting, and we'll talk to you next week.
Yes, sir.